Good day everyone, my name is Anne Joyce from BTLED 2B. I am one of the reporter for today, and our topic is propagating fruit and tree crops. And at the end of this unit, the students are expected to learn the different types and products of orchid growing, to appreciate and try the different methods of plant propagation, 3. Take care and propagate their backyard fruit trees.
And now, let's proceed to the discussions. Propagating fruit and tree crops. So first, what is propagating? Propagating means produce a new plant. So, nakasanayan na natin na ang pagtatanim ay dapat sa buto nagmumula. Pero may iba pa palang way ng pagtatanim, which is ito nga yung tinatawag nating propagating. Then, most of us want to plant and grow fruit trees at our home garden or in an orchard for their tasty fruits. There are so many ways a fruit tree can be propagated. From seeds, from nursery, both seedling, or by means of air layering. So air layering is one of the method of propagating a fruit tree from an existing one, which will bear fruit sooner and the fruits will taste same as a mother plant. So example of air layering is citrus tree. Citrus trees can be propagated by air layering.
Good day everyone, I'm SARGA from Villaronte 2B, and today I'm going to discuss what is grafting. What is grafting? When we say grafting, this is an artificial vegetative process in which a stem of one plant is inserted or placed into another plant, so that the two will unite, form one plant to grow. In natural reproduction of plant, ang mga ugat ay maaaring magbigay ng bagong halaman o ang halaman ay maaari ring mag-propagate or magpalaganap using budding or cutting. In grafting, part of the plant is attached to the root system of another plant. Makikita natin na nagkakaisa ang dalawa upang makabuo ng isa pang bagong halaman na naglalaman ng mga ugat ng isa at ang istruktura ng tangkay at dahon ng isa pa. There are several reasons why grafting is widely used as a method of propagating fruits and tree crops. This method has been practiced for many commercially useful plants such as rose, mango, apple, pear, guava, citrus, and rubber, etc. There are various methods of grafting like tongue or whip grafting, wedge grafting, and crown grafting. Whip grafting, also called splice or tongue grafting. Ito ay isa sa pinakamatandang pamamaraan ng pag-unlad ng asexual plant propagation. It is the predominant propagation method used on apples and widely used on pears. Although karamihan sa ubas lumalaki mula sa pinagputulan sa bansang ito. Wedge grafting, ginagamit ang wedge grafting para sa nangungunang grafts kapag ang diameter ng scion stem ay mas mahaba kaysa sa diameter ng stem ng rootstock. The scion is cut with a sharp grafting knife using a single motion. It is cut on the both sides of the stem to form a wedge. The scion is proceeded into the wedge shape cut at the top of the rootstock. Crown grafting, this is the method of the grafting in which the alburum and the inner bark are separated. At sa mamamagitan ng mga ito, to inserted sa ibabang dulo ng scion na hiwa ng slantwise. One of them to change the variety of the old established tree farm from an unstable variety to a new one which is more desirable and profitable. Makikita natin ang improvement ng old farm to a new farm na kung saan magagamit ang method of propagating tree crops at mahalaga ay kikita na rin ito at makikita na rin ito ng kanais-nais. Another reason is to maintain good variety. A better variety can obtain with the transfer of vegetative of a selected tree to the growing limb of a stock produced from seeds. Ginagawa rin ang grafting upang maging maayos ang mga prutas, mga bananim na puno na napinsala ng masamang kondisyon ng panahon. At ganoon din sa mga peste at mga diseases. Grafting also classified into cleft side, whip or tongue, saddle, bark, and crown grafting. This is the most common form by fruit growers in cleft grafting.
Hi, my name is Angie from BTLA Dubis. For today's video, I will discuss the cleft grafting. So, ano nga ba yung cleft grafting? So, ang cleft grafting is a technique which allows the union of a rootstock that larger size than to each piece. And it consists of making cleft in a stock into graft or ision to be inserted. So, nung nabasa ko to, yung cleft grafting is wala akong idea, pero nung napag-aralan ko na siya, nakanood ako ng video, is nagkaroon na ako ng idea kung ano siya. So, malaki yung naitutulong nito para sa mga nagtatanim ng prutas. Kasi, imbis na 5 years, yung 5 years bago ito mamunga, magiging 2 to 3 years na lang. So, para mas mapadali yung pag-aani nila, ginagamitan nila ng cleft grafting. And, ang cleft grafting is, halimbawa, ito yung old na tanim mo, lumang tanim mo, may sanga na. Ngayon, puputulin mo yung ibabaw niya. And then, ito yung itatanim mo. Halimbawa, ito yung rambutan. Ngayon, mag-shape ka ng ano dito sa dulo. And then, i-insert mo siya dito. So, magiging connected na sila. Ngayon, mas mapapabilis yung pagtubo nito at pagbubunga. So, magiging imbis na 5 years, magiging 2 to 3 years na lang siya. So, ganun yung mga ginagawa ng mga nagtatanim ng prutas. So, ang step by step na to, makikita nyo sa next reporter natin. So, yun, malaki yung, mahalaga yung, ngayon ko lang nalaman na yung cleft grafting is, malaki pala yung naitutulong nito sa mga nagtatanim ng mga iba't ibang prutas. So, yan.
Good day everyone! My name is Rinalyn de la CRUZ from BTLA 2B. In this video, I will discuss to you the steps on how to make a cleft grafting. Before that, what is cleft grafting? A cleft grafting is a grafting technique which allows the union of a rootstock's limbs that is much larger than the scion piece. The materials that are needed in cleft graftings are rootstocks and scion, grafting tools, clefting tools, mallet, and also the sealing wax. What is the importance of cleft grafting? In modern horticulture, grafting is important because it is used for a variety of purposes to repair injured trees, to produce dwarf trees and shrub, and also to strengthen the plant resistance for the certain diseases. The following are the steps in cleft grafting. Step number 1, select a clean, smooth limb preferably between 2 to 3 centimeters in diameter, and sew it off at the right angles. Step number 2, split the tab through the middle with a sharp and a narrow blade. Do it properly to make a clean slit in the bark. Step number 3, cut 2 scions with 3 buds each and about 10 to 15 centimeters long. Step number 4, open the cleft in a stub by forcing a chisel or similar instruments into its center. Step number 5, select the wedge-shaped end of a scion in such a way that its innermost bark lies against the innermost bark of the split top.
Hi, I'm Shaira NICOLAS from BTLED 2B. Now I will continue the discussion of Rinalyn de la CRUZ about the following step of clip grafting. So, ang clip grafting po is under siya ng asexual reproduction, which is nagre-regenerate siya o nagpaparami using a parts of plant. So, now I'm going to tell you the last 2 steps of clip grafting. Step number 5, insert the wedge-shaped end of scion in such a way that its innermost bark lies against the innermost bark of the split stub. Step number 6, cover all cut surface immediately with budding or grafting wax. Let both scion grow for 1 to 2 years. The cut one off or remove the one close to the bark. So now I'm going to show 5 minutes video on how to do a clip grafting. So watch this. topic is whip or tongue grafting. It is commonly used for bench grafting of fruit trees. Same lang po sila ng procedure ni clip grafting. Ang pinagkaiba lang po is kung paano ikat ang halaman that will combining the qualities of both plant in one grow. Ang maganda po kay whip or tongue grafting is mabilis sila mag-combine dahil nag-interlocking ito under compression by natural springiness of the wood elasticity.
Ang report ko po is kung paano or ano nga ba yung tongue grafting, kung ano yung mga steps na which is needed para dito. So, number 1 is mag-select po muna. Select a smooth and clear, kumbaga yung part, mag-select ka muna. And then, so you need to always choose the better part of a tree when it comes to grafting. Kasi para yung magiging product mo or yung magiging halaman mo is maging maganda. And then number 2 is take the sayan or yung halaman na kailangan mong gamitin para doon. Kuya mo na siya and then ang haba niya po is 10 to 15 centimeters. And then kailangan po ay we need to always look for it because it will be the foundation of our plant. So, kailangan maganda yung sayan or yung plant na kukunin natin para sa grafting po. And then, number 3 is unite the stalk and sayan. So, ayun, pagdudutongin na po natin siya. I-unite natin siya and then check natin. We need to always extra careful and also look for it always for us to know if the steps that we do is correct. And then number 4 is clean it with plastic. And then pagkatapos po natin siyang pag-unite, after a few days, kailangan linisin mo siya. Alisin po yung mga clear buds, just like that. And then, bakit kailangan ng plastic? Para po ma-prevent na hindi natin masyadong tamaan yung sayo natin. Or, kasi, we need to, yun nga po, we need to always be extra careful. Kasi yung pong sayo natin, yun yung magiging foundation niya po. And then lastly, cut then wax. Ito na po yung puputulin po natin siya. And then yung wax po, puputulin po natin siya. And then sabi doon, severely cut the undesired yung undesired po na part na nandun. So, alisin po natin siya and then para mas maganda yung magiging kalabasan ng grafting natin. And that's all. Thank you.
Hello, I am Jessica MANGALOS from DELA. I am one of the reporter of Group 1 and I will discuss the topic that is all about budding. Budding is the process of transforming the lateral bud taken from the scion to the stalk of the same family. Ibig sabihin, yung bagong umusbong mula sa isang halaman ay kukunin upang palakihin mula sa panibagong lalagyan. Ang isa sa pinakakilalang uri ng budding ay tinatawag na shield budding, na kung saan ang isang parte o usbong ng isang halaman ay ilalagay sa isang sangan na inalisan ng dahon upang dito ito buhayin at palakihin. The steps in shield budding as follows. Number 1, kumuha ng sanga ng halaman at alisin ng mga dahon upang maiwasan ang evaporation. But allow part of the leaf stalks to remain attached to the bud to serve as handles in manipulating them. Gamitin ang mga sanga ng sabay-sabay o kung hindi ay ilagay ito sa malamig at mamasamasang lugar. Number 2. Piliin ang makinis na bahagi ng sanga at gumawa ng isang hugis stick at paghiwalayin ang balat ng sanga. If the bark is in good condition, the flaps will loosen and turn up on the points, forks on the corners loose carefully. Number 3. Ipasok ang usbong gamit ang isang manipis na talim ng kutsilyo. Kupitin ang isang usbong at buuin ang tangkay na may kasamang kapirasong balat at manipis na kahoy na hugis kalasag. Ipasok ang usbong sa biniyak na balat ng tangkay. Siguraduhin na ang usbong ay pupunta sa direksyon na kung saan ay maaari siyang lumaki. Itakip ang biniyak na sanga sa ipinasok na usbong at balutan ito ng plastic sheet sa itaas at ibaba ng usbong at maingat na talian ng pino at malambot na kordon. Number 4. Pagmasdan sa loob ng 2 linggo kung naganap ang pag-iisa ng isang halaman at kupitin ang plastic sheet sa tagiliran upang maiwasan ang pagbigkis. Ang buhay na usbong ay kulay berde at ang patay na usbong ay kulay itim o kayumanggi. Kapag umabot na ng 30 cm ay maaari na itong putulin at ang gawing ibabaw ng pinutol na sanga ay lagyan ng pintura upang ito ay hindi mabulok. The pictures above are the example of shield budding.
Hardwood cuttings. Hardwood cuttings are taken from the deciduous or the mature tree or plants like grapes, gumamelas, and bougainvilleas. Yung stem ng plants na to is parang size lang siya ng pencil or mas maliit pa dito. Tapos yung haba niya naman is 15 to 30 centimeters. Yung pagcut ng hardwood is dapat or gagawa tayo ng slanting cut sa taas or just about a leaf joint lang siya. Tapos i-maintain lang natin yung dahon na meron sa stem and then thin them out slightly or cut natin yung pinakamalaking dahon halfway. Kapag mas more yung leaves na na-retain natin is mas mabilis yung rate ng pagkakaroon nito ng root o ng ugat. Sa pagtatanim ng hardwood cuttings, you have to be patient. Why? Because hindi siya days or weeks bago magkaroon ng ugat. Kasi umaabot siya ng months bago magkaroon ng root yung stem niya. However, while they may take longer than other types of cuttings, they are among the most successful cuttings. And the other types of root cuttings is the softwood cuttings. Yung softwood cuttings is ginagamit lang siya sa mga herbaceous or sa mga herb plants katulad ng kamote, kangkong, and the yerba buena. Tapos, yung process ng pagtatanim nito is kaparehas lang din siya ng process ng pagtatanim sa hardwood cuttings. Ang softwood root cuttings is tumatagal siya ng 6 to 10 weeks bago siya magkaroon ng ugat. Tapos, basta check mo lang siya everyday kung merong dyeing materials, tapos tanggalin mo to. Rimas. So, what is rimas nga ba? Rimas is a seedless fruit that propagated to hardwood root cuttings. Paano nga ba itanim ang rimas? Ang rimas, itatanim mo siya horizontally sa soil mix, tapos diligan mo lang siya everyday para hindi ma-dry out yung lupa. Tapos, pag yung height niya is umabot na sa 25 to 30 centimeters, pwede mo na siyang ilipat sa ibang lalagyan, or sa ibang taniman.
Yung ibang halaman, lalo na yung mga fleshy leaves at yung mga merong manipis na tangkay, pwede na siyang ma-propagate through leaf cuttings. For example, the African violets, katakataka, sedum, and begonia. Siyempre, sa pag-leaf cutting, kailangan piliin natin yung mga healthy kasi, di ba, hindi naman tayo magtatanim ng bulok, di ba, kasi masasayang lang yung effort natin. Kailangan piliin natin yung hindi masyadong matanda or yung masyadong bata. Dapat yung sakto lang.
Good day everyone, I'm Fatima Joyce Bulisay from BTLED 2B and I am one of the reporter for today about marketing or air layering. Ano nga ba ang marketing or air layering? Pero bago natin malaman, alamin muna natin kung saan ba siya nagsimula. Air layering is based upon the centuries-old propagation process developed by the Chinese. It has been practiced in China for thousands of years, and it is the most popular method of propagation. Air layering or marketing is a form of asexual plant propagation. This process involves a system whereby new plant are formed on a stem while still being attached to parent plant. Ang marketing at tinatawag din na air layering ay isang uri ng propagation or pagpaparami ng halaman. Ginagamit dito ay ang sanga ng isang halaman. Marketing is a fast and easy way to propagate a tree from a grown tree. Unlike planting from seed, which takes many years to bear fruit, in market tree, it takes only a year. Marketing is normally done during rainy season to minimize the need for frequent watering. This method of tree propagation works for most trees and shrubs. May mga proseso or step na ginagawa sa pagmamarketing. Binabalatan ito at ibinabalot sa lupa o balat ng nyog, tsaka babalutan ng plastic or isusupot. Hanggang sa tumubo ang mga ugat nito ay saka puputulin upang magkaroon ng panibagong halaman. Sa sanga niya, pagka nakita ng tumutubo yung mga ugat, puputulin na siya. Tapos, para magkaroon ng panibagong halaman. Madalas ginagamit ang marketing sa mga puno na matagal tumubo.
Hello everyone! Again, my name is Kimbel Andres H. Abad and I'm here to talk to you about the agents of forest destructions. So, let's begin. Agents of forest destruction. There are numbers of agents responsible for the destruction of our forest. This can be classified into human, biological, and atmospheric agents. Human activities is the number one forest destruction. Man is the principal agents of forest destruction, which means ang mga tao ang pangunahing dahilan kung bakit nasisira ang ating kagubatan o deforestation. So ano nga ba ang mga halimbawa na ginagawa ng tao na sumisira sa ating kagubatan? Unang-una, ang paglalaging o pagtutroso. Ito ay paraan ng pagpuputol ng matatandang puno. May iba't ibang klase ang paglalaging o pagtutroso, illegal at legal. Ang illegal ay ang paraan ng walang pagpapaalam sa pagpuputol ng mga puno. At ang legal naman, ito yung mga taong pinapayagan na magputol ng matatandang puno. Next example is timber smuggling or pagpupuslit ng kahoy. And shifting cultivation. Shifting cultivation is an agriculture system in which person uses a piece of land, only abandon or alter initial use a short time later. The shifting cultivation is considered devastating and disadvantageous as it not only causes harm to ecosystem but also exerts negative impacts on economy. Next is slash and burn agriculture or kaingin. Is a farming method that involves the cutting and burning plants in a forest. It has been described as a bad practice, resulting in the progressive destruction of natural forests, and an excellent practice as a refined method of forest preservation. And the last example is forest fires. So what are the causes of forest fire? Forest fires always start off by one of two ways: naturally caused or human caused. Natural fires are generally caused by lightning, and on the other hand, human cause. Fires can be due to any number of causes. And yung mga halimbawa na iyan din yung dahilan kung bakit nagkakaroon ng natural disasters tulad ng pagguho ng lupa at pagbaha. So dapat ingatan natin ang ating kagubatan. Okay, let's move on to the biological agents. Okay, next is biological agents. Okay, among the biological agents which contribute the forest destructions are wild animals, fungi, forest weeds, and forest insects. When we say biological agents, ito yung mga bakterya na kumakapit na nagiging cause ng pagkasira ng puno natin sa kagubatan, katulad ng forest insects. Forest insects cause radial and height growth loss, volume loss, dieback, and deformity. Through that damage can kill individual trees or entire forests. Next is forest weeds. Forest weeds are the most costly category of agricultural pests. Weeds compete for nutrients in the soil and sunlight, which can lead to stunted growth for the plants and trees. Next is wild animals. Wild animals such as deer, wild pigs, rats, and mice are known locally cause damage of our forests. Damage is inflicted through their bruising of foliage, trampling of young and tender seedling, and compacting and hardening of the soil in the cause of cattle. And so, our forests should not only to be protected and preserved for economic reasons. Above all, they must be conserved and developed for the future, for our children and our children's children. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Clarez from Biteled 2B, Group 1. So now I'm going to continue discussing the agent of forest destruction. But first, let me define you what is forest. So forest is a complex ecosystem consisting mainly of trees, plants that buffer the earth and support a myriad of life forms. Trees help create special environment which in turn affects the kind of animals and plants that can exist in the forest. Trees are important component of environment that can clean the air, cool it on hot days, conserve heat at night, and act as excellent sound absorbers. Plants provide a protective canopy that lessen the impact of raindrops on the soil, thereby it reducing soil erosion. Layers of leaves that fall around the tree's plants run up and allows the water to percolate into the soil. Roots help to hold the soil in place. Plants provide habitat to different types of organisms. Example is birds build their nests on the branches of trees. Animals and birds live in the hollows, insects and other organisms lives in various parts of plant. They produce large quantities of oxygen and take in carbon dioxide. The Food Agricultural Organization defined the forest as land with trees, ground cover or equivalent stacking level of more than 10% and area of more than 0.5 hectare and trees able to reach a minimum height of 5 meters in its maturity. Types of forest are subdivided into plantation and national forests. National forests are composed mainly of indigenous trees, not deliberately planted, while plantation are forests stand established by planting or seeding in the process of afforestation or reforestation. Examples of forests in the Philippines: Bohol man-made forest made of mahogany trees, Palawan mangrove forest, Luzon montane rainforest, Higaonan forest of Mindanao, Virgin forest in Camiguin Island, Mindoro rainforest have 42 indigenous mammal species. Example of this is the Tamarao, Philippine deer, and pigs. Forest resources, it gives us 5 F's: food, fodder, fuel, fiber, and fruits. And now, we are going to discuss the deforestation. So, let me define you what is deforestation. Deforestation is the large-scale clearing the land of generally for agriculture, industry, or transportation. Example nito kaya nagiging deforestation, mas malaki yung land na nasisira para gawin yung mga agriculture crops para maitanim sila. Then, ginagamit natin yung mga trees na galing sa forest para gawin naman plywood, pang furniture. Tapos, mga railings, lines for transportation, and constructing roads naman. Deforestation removes vegetation, anchor soil in place. Once yung land is malinis and roots are ripped away, yung crops like coffee and soy are planted, which can make erosion worse, since their roots cannot anchor into soil like those a tree. What are the effects of forest destruction on communities on crop farming? So, extreme clearing of land, especially for animals agriculture, result in habitat loss, amplification of greenhouse gases, disruption of water cycle, increased soil erosion, and floodings. If humans continuously burn and remove our rainforests, thousands of species will die each year. We will lose crops like wheat, chocolate, coffee, and effects of climate change. The constant destruction of our forests threatens biodiversity, decreases carbon absorption, magnifies natural disaster damage, katulad na lang ng pagbagyo, yung mga pagbaha. So, yung forest conservation, magiging successful lang siya kapag sinuportahan ito ng gobyerno at tayong mga Pilipino sa ating komunidad. Kailangan yung forest natin masave siya sa pagtulong na pagpa-plant ng panibagong puno, pag-aalaga dito, itigil na yung mga illegal logging, mining, at pagkasira ng ating kalikasan. Dahil ito yung duty natin as a human para maprotektahan ang environment natin at mas gumanda yung surroundings natin. Kasi mas mapoprotektahan tayo nito, katulad na lamang kapag may dumadating na mga sakuna tulad ng as a Filipino, we need to practice planning and maintaining forest areas for benefit and sustainability of future generation. So, it means forest conservation involves para ma-keep natin yung natural resources na nakukuha natin sa forest, katulad na lamang ng importante na nakukuha na natin ng source ng survival of air, na nakakapag-breathe tayo ng fresh air, yung mga woods na ginagamit natin. Then, it provides the habitats for animals and para sa pangkabuhayan ng mga tao.